What is going on in the real estate market, the economy, the world? It's almost as if nothing makes sense anymore. So, my name is Kareem. I'm a real estate broker here in Dallas, Fort Worth. This is the first video that I've done probably in about a month. The family and I, we took a vacation. So, we went to a resort in Cancun, stayed there for a week, and it was much needed. I'm in Cancun and I'm meeting people from all over the world. But specifically, I met quite a few people who are here from the States. Chicago, Illinois, Cali, New York, Florida. It was a guy from Atlanta. I even met somebody from Dallas Fort Worth, some dude that lives in DeSoto or Lancaster or something. Very, very cool people. I had the opportunity to have quite a few detailed conversations with a lot of these people. And one of the things that I learned from this Cancun trip, there are a lot of people who live amongst us who have a lot of money. Let me say that again. There are a lot of people who live right amongst us and who we interact with on a day-to-day that have a lot of money. Well, this kind of blew my mind because, again, prior to this, it's like I just assumed I kept running into people in financial distress. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of financial distress in the market. The title of this video is what's going on in the real estate market, what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the world. And that's because I was confused, because it's almost as if we're living in two different worlds. And my trip to Cancun confirmed it. We are living in two different worlds. On one side, you have the people who have a lot of money and are doing extremely well financially. And you have the other side. These people are in financial turmoil. And what blows my mind, these people who are in financial turmoil, those are some of the people that I expected to be lining up and tuning into every video to listen and learn and get as much gems as I can give, and all my time and resources going into this. Because a lot of times, a lot of these people come from where I come from, the inner city, the projects, Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville, Van Dyke projects. If you know, you know. Just to make it out of there, it's a miracle. Because I have so much of this knowledge, I'm like, hey, this is very, very beneficial to a lot of people. But one crucial step that I missed, that I never saw coming, that a lot of people who are in financial turmoil, they do not want to do what it takes to be financially free. They don't want to do the hard work. What they want, they'll come to you for help. And you know what they want? They want you to wave a magic wand and release them of all their financial turmoil. But I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. This trip explained exactly why we have $1 million homes and $1 million+ homes that are being sold for cash here in the DFW at the exact same time that we have record credit card debt, record delinquency on auto loans, folks getting their cars repoed, folks losing their jobs, people getting evicted, people are even getting foreclosed on now. That moratorium, it's over. People are getting foreclosed on. The one thing that I've learned over this last month of being off, yes, we do have two economies, two completely different economies. And either you're going to be struggling and possibly end up evicted or homeless or car repoed or living check to check, or you are going to do whatever it takes to be successful and financially free. It's going to be extremely hard, but this is going to be a choice that you have to make. Nobody cares about these struggling people. I care because this is where I come from. But when I see a homeless population rising, people falling from the middle class into poverty, no one cares. And I'm like, why is that? I know why. It's because we have a whole lot of people who have a whole lot of money. And you know what they're thinking? Maybe they've experienced this, because from what I'm experiencing, you tell people what to do to fix their problem and they don't want to do the work. It's too hard. The struggle is too much. I don't want to struggle. I'd rather just be living check to check, enjoying my life. And you know what? Okay. If that's a decision that a lot of people want to make, then hey, that's just what it is. We'll see more foreclosures. We'll see more evictions. We'll see more repossessions. We'll see more record credit card debt, more people out here struggling. And it's unfortunate. So this report, FHA single family loan performance trends, April 2024. And as we scroll down, we're going to talk. We got the table of contents here. So we got delinquency rates by month, new 90 plus day delinquencies by reason for delinquency, all these things. And for FHA loans, these are the easiest loans, or some of the easiest loans to get into for the average consumer. Why is that? Because they require lower down payment. They are federally insured by the government, and also your credit score. You can qualify for one of these loans with a very, very low credit score. Now, a lot of times, people who utilize FHA single family loans, mortgages, they're a lot of times they're first time home buyers. Not always, but a lot of times. And what are they experiencing now? Well, let's see. So here we are in the first table. We got non-seasonally adjusted and we have seasonally adjusted delinquency rates by month. And the one thing that I'm focusing on here, so the delinquency rates, we have 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day. If you look for both the non-seasonally adjusted and the seasonally adjusted, so we have April 2023 and we have April 2024. April 2023, we had a 5.47% of FHA loans that were 30-day delinquent. What do we have a year later? 5.55% that are 30-day delinquent. You jump to the 60-day, 1.59% that are delinquent for April 2023. You jump to April 2024, 1.76% delinquent. Now, one thing I did notice, the 90-day, it did drop from 3.33 to 2.7 over this year, but the 30 and the 60-day is still increasing. Why is this troublesome? Well, over the last 3 years, the government has pumped about $15 trillion into the economy. The government has broken out every trick in their tool belt. We are probably going to be paying off this debt for the rest of my lifetime. I probably won't have Social Security. I probably won't have Medicaid. There probably will be no pensions because the next 40 years of my life, I'm going to be paying off the debt that we spent over the last 3 years. And if these people are being delinquent in an economy that's slowing, with a government that's running out of money, it is not going to be good. It is not going to be good. And even if we go down to the seasonally adjusted, same thing. April 2023, 30-day, 60-day, 5.97, 1.81. You go down to April 2024, the 5.97 jumps to 6.07. The 1.81 jumps to the 2. And again, the 90-day delinquent, it fell from 3.49 to 2.83. But why are these people delinquent in the first place? Considering we've had moratoriums and, you don't got to pay your mortgage for a whole 2 years or 18 months or 36 months, and you can just put it on the back of the mortgage, and you got a 30-year loan. Okay, we'll make it a 40-year loan to lower your payment. Also your landlord can't evict you. Also, the bank can't foreclose on you. All this stuff we've been doing for the last 4 years, and people are still being delinquent. Foreclosures are now starting to pass pre-pandemic. But again, let's move on. What's the reason for this delinquency? So we have here reduction of income. April 2024, 23.75 reduction of income. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe they got a demotion. I probably think that this is probably you lost your job, but you got another job that isn't paying you as much as you were paid for your other job. for your first job. That's what I don't know. Maybe a lot of people are getting demoted, but I just don't see that in this day and age. So reduction of income, that's the highest. And then what do we have here? Ooh, unemployed. Now, when you read all these articles that are going on today, what do they tell us? Oh, people are losing their jobs and getting laid off, but they're getting new jobs. Maybe not. Maybe not. And again, so we have 23.75 for April 2024. Percentage of people had a reduction of income. We had 11.29% that were unemployed. And this is the reason why these people are delinquent on their mortgage. So one of the reasons why, okay, I'm delinquent on my mortgage. Okay, I had a reduction of income. I got demoted, or they cut hours on my job, or I lost my job and I got another job and it just didn't pay me as much money as my first job. Okay. And then you got the unemployed. Okay, yeah, I got laid off. I'm still looking for a job. I haven't been able to find one. I've been, living off my savings, credit cards, and possibly I dipped into my retirement. Okay. But what is this? Excessive obligations. You know what that reminds me of? Maybe I spent a little bit too much on my 30% credit card. Or maybe I wanted to look cool. And when they were giving out these those stimulus checks, I'm like, you know what? Let me go get me a Hellcat. I'm gonna go get me a Hellcat, and I'm gonna finance it for 100 months at 8%. But all car values go up, right? Just like all real estate values always goes up, right? Excessive obligations. When I see this is what it makes me think of. Living above our means. Conspicuous consumption. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. And again, we're coming out of a time where the government spent $15 trillion, pumped it into the economy, literally just giving away money. Just giving away money. So when I talk about this like these two economies, basically the haves and the have-nots, and what's going on with the real estate game and the economy and then the world, this is what's going on. 30 and 60-day delinquencies on FHA mortgages, which is usually lower income and usually first-time home buyers, delinquencies are increasing year to year. Excessive obligations, the reason for being delinquent, reduction of income, unemployed, the economy is getting shaky. And not just the American economy, all economies are getting shaky. But I digress. So we have this going on, folks being delinquent on their mortgage and all this other stuff. But we have something else going on too. Because remember, we're dealing with two economies. So what else do we have? What else do we have? Let me pull this up. North Texas Real Estate Information System, monthly MLS summary report for April 2024. Now, this is directly from the MLS. Directly from the MLS. And what do we see? Okay, let's move on to the first pages. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington Metropolitan Statistical Area. I want to zoom in on this because this is important. So again, this is the DFW, North Texas Real Estate Information System MLS summary report for the month of April 2024. And what we have here is the property type. And these are this is the sales data. So I want to come down. We have condominium, we have farm and ranch, we have manufactured, mobile home. This is what I want to focus on. Single family residence. This right here. This is what I want to focus on. Single residences in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Because again, what do we just now talk about? We got the FHA people, the delinquencies are skyrocketing. Folks are behind on their car payments, behind on their mortgage. Their credit cards are delinquent. But at the same time, the sales year over year up 8%. Mm. The dollar volume up 12%. Mm. The average price up 3%. The median price up 3%. What does that mean? How is it that home prices are getting more expensive? At the same time, we have people who are struggling more. I know, that's second economy. Like I said, we have more people buying properties cash. And these are not investors. These are not even corporations. No, these are individuals who are like, hey, instead of me paying 8% or 7% on a mortgage, you know what? I'll just do a withdrawal from my brokerage account and go buy this $700,000 house cash or this $1.2 million house cash. Real estate has gotten extremely local, extremely local. So maybe in South Dallas, properties are cutting prices 10, 20%. But in Carrollton, you list the property, it's sold like that. Cash. And Prosper, like that. Salina, Frisco. I've had more people talk to me about moving to Frisco who do not live in Texas just this year than any other year since I've been here. The word has spread. Hey, if you move to Texas, if you move to Dallas, go to Frisco. So much so that they're even considering, and I read this in a some article, I think it was the Dallas Morning News. It's so crazy. They're even saying now that they want to change, instead of DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, they want to change it to DFFW, Dallas Frisco Fort Worth. That's how much Texas and DFW's name in Frisco is ringing bells across the country. Across the country. And surprisingly, even when I was in Cancun and I was talking to the other people from the States, and they're saying, hey, where do you live in Texas? I'm like, oh, Dallas Fort Worth. Oh, I heard that's booming. Like, are you close to downtown Dallas? Yeah, I'm 10 minutes south. I got a property up north. Yeah, going towards Frisco. Oh, Frisco. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that. Frisco and Prosper and the Colony and Salina. Oh yeah, I heard about that. You know, we're gonna take a trip there to check it out. We're thinking about buying property there. Really? Here's my card. Give me a call. Tale of Two Cities. So at the same time, we have massive financial distress, and we're not even talking about the commercial real estate market. This is just residential. While we have massive stress in general in the world, in the real estate game, in the economy, people losing jobs, people delinquent, home prices are still, specifically in Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, home prices are still increasing. So now let's go here. Average sale price. Residential sales, single family residence. Let's see what we got. Average price per square foot, year over year, up 3%. Median price per square foot, year over year, up 2%. Days on market, down 11%. That means, the houses are selling even quicker. They're selling even quicker. They're on the market less time. How tale of two economies. Tale of two economies. Now, here's something. Here's another place where I want to go. Pending sales. Pending sales. What do we have? Pending sales. Year over year, down 4%. New listings, up 25%. Active listings, up 42%. So I was waiting for the crash. When I was waiting for the crash, I'm just like, hey, we need some stress in the market. Boom, we got the stress in the market. We need more inventory. Boom, we need more inventory. Man, we need more people to have financial distress, whether they're losing their homes or they can't afford homes, so that I have less competition. Boom, we got that. Price still going up. At the same time, we have less transactions, more inventory, more active inventory, and more new inventory. Prices are still going up. How is that possible? Because we got a whole bunch of people with a lot of money. That's why. That's why it's still going up. And this right here, the pending sales data, where it's dropped 4%, what's happening now, we are having properties sell for more money, but we're having less properties sell. So I think in 2022, 2023, we had almost 5 million transactions. We may not hit that number for another 3 to 5 years, especially if these interest rates stay this high, especially if the government don't start throwing out helicopter money to everybody. People are tapped out. A lot of people are tapped out, but a lot of people are still tapped in. Let's look here. Sales volume. So residential, single family, for the month, April 2024, up 2%. Dollar volume. How much of them? What's the aggregate that all them homes sold for? Up 6%. Median price, average price, up. Why is this? Because more properties are selling for more money. I'm sorry. Well, that sounds a little deceiving. We're having less sales overall on aggregate. So whereas, like I said, we had 5 million some transactions 2 years ago, now we're down to the 4 millions. So we're selling less properties, but we're selling more properties for more money. So whereas now, because the values of this real estate has risen so much, we have like almost every house down here is $1 million. The ones in a good area, $1 million. That is becoming the norm. And it's so crazy because and I was asking myself, why do these prices keep going up? People can't afford this. I found out in Cancun, because people actually can afford it. There's a lot of people with a lot of money. And those are the people who are buying these properties, buying these cars, paying for this retirement, paying these medical bills. They are the ones who are funneling this whole economy. So let me get this up out of here. I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm going to end this. We are at a time we have two economies. And the people who are not doing well, no one is going to come to save you. So if you have individuals like me and like a ton of others dedicating their time to give you guys information and knowledge so that you can make better decisions and change your financial circumstances, you should be grabbing that as if your life depended on it. Because at this rate, it's going to be a whole bunch of people in financial turmoil as we go on. And I don't mean just elderly people. I mean all people, young people, old people, middle-aged people. It's about to get crazy out here. I'm starting to see whole families homeless. At the same time where I'm starting to see 30-year-olds who make $400,000 a year doing amazing, traveling to Cancun with their diamond bracelet on, getting all access to everything. That's where we are now. Now I finally understand. If you don't want to be out here struggling financially, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to bust your butt to put yourself in a better position. If you don't, it's only going to get worse. And unfortunately, no one is going to be coming to save you. If this video provides you any information that is useful, beneficial to you or anyone you know, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I do have a passion for doing this for people that come from areas where I come from. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. So this is Kareem with NewTX Realty, and until next time.